Thanks very much for staying with us. Time now for Eye on Africa with me, Georgia Calvin-Smith. Tonight we take a look at the balancing act faced in Tunisia as it tries to consider taking back nationals who may have been fighting in Syria's war and measure that against concerns about national security. Also, a new animal park in Gabon that used to be frequented only by ousted President Ali Bongo and his powerful friends and acquaintances is now open to all. It's quickly become a local hit and favourite hangout spot for visitors to Libreville. And after a busy 12 months trying to just scratch the surface of the endless stories about and in Africa, we take a whistle-stop tour through some of the team that have been helping us do so. But first, over the fall of the Assad government in Syria has had implications for Tunisia. Thousands of nationals from the North African country headed over to join the war, with many also signing up to extremist groups. Now that the Assad regime is no more, though, a fierce debate has emerged in Tunisia over how and whether to repatriate these fighters and their children. Our team tell us more.
In the living room of their family home in the city of Kairouan, Tahiya's boy looks at the photos of her 5 young grandchildren. She's never seen them in person.
This one is Abdallah, the eldest. And that's Abdurrahman. And this is Nala.
All 5 were born in Syria. 2 died from the cold and disease in the Azaz camp near the Turkish border. They're the kids of her son, who left in 2012 to fight in Syria. He died in 2018, leaving behind his Syrian wife, who remarried, and his kids.
We haven't been back to the foreign ministry yet, because we're waiting for the situation to stabilize in Syria. We still don't know how things will go. They have no identity or nationality, neither Syrian or Tunisian.
The situation is even more complicated for adults. Mohamed Iqbal, who started an association to bring together families of Tunisians in Syria, has identified about 50 of his countrymen still detained in Syria.
With the departure of Bashar al-Assad, we hope that things can change. But it will have to be done according to the situation on the ground, on a case-by-case basis. Those who were freed from prison can at least go to the Tunisian embassy in Damascus and demand a return to Tunisia. That's the right of any Tunisian to go back to his home.
He's calling for support programs for young Tunisians who are exposed to the war. It's a politically delicate topic because many fear the mass return of radicalized nationals.
We know that it's an issue that's been debated as part of the anti-terrorism strategy for years. But we don't really have information about the measures that have been taken or their extent. It's a very sensitive issue, and it risks becoming even more controversial if the security situation in Syria doesn't stabilize.
Many who have tried to return since 2018 have been arrested on anti-terrorism charges.
Now, Senegalese President Bassirou Diomaye Faye on Tuesday sacked a minister who recently described African soldiers who fought for France under colonialism as traitors who fought against their brothers. Now, there was an outpouring of criticism for Minister of Administration and Equipment Sheikh Oumar Diagne when he made the remarks on a local TV station earlier in December. The Senegalese tirailleurs were African infantrymen who fought for France during the 2 world wars and various decolonization struggles. The government has said that it sees them as heroes. And Zimbabwe has abolished the death penalty. The historic decision, sealed when President Emerson Mnangagwa signed an act into law on Tuesday, will see the sentences of about 60 prisoners currently on death row commuted to life imprisonment. There's been a moratorium on executions in Zimbabwe since 2005, although the courts have continued to hand down capital punishment sentences for crimes including murder, treason and terrorism. That now will stop under the Death Penalty Abolition Act. Mnangagwa has been a vocal opponent of death sentences since he was on the receiving end of one in the 1960s for blowing up a train during the guerrilla war for independence. That sentence was later commuted. And a new animal park in Gabon that used to be frequented only by ousted President Ali Bongo and his powerful friends and acquaintances is now open to the public. It's quickly become a local hit and favourite hangout spot in the capital. Our team popped along for a look.
15-year-old Goliath is a celebrity at Libreville's No Animal Park. Formerly a private extravagance of Gabon's deposed ruler Ali Bongo, the 10-hectare was opened up to the public in October. The 10-hectare site now welcomes at least 500 visitors per day. Guests can admire tigers, lions, panthers, pumas, monkeys and other rare or endangered species.
Our tour guide explains perfectly the types of animals and the quantity of food they consume each day, and also the lifespan of each animal. For me, it's like an animal course.
The park is home to many species from different parts of the world. It's all supervised by Holly, a South African who has lived in the Gabonese capital for 3 years.
The birds, what I understand, come from France. The tigers were originally from South Africa. Some of them have bred, so there's 3 that were born here in Gabon. The leopards, except for Abisolo, come from South Africa. The puma is from France and the cheetahs are from South Africa.
In just a few months, the attraction has already proved to be popular. But some of those who have flocked here say they would love to see more local species.
Most of these animals in the zoo are imported from abroad. But we're working to get more local animals. Because while visitors do like to see these foreign animals, they would also like to see more local animals.
Gabon's government said it's giving nature and conservation a central role in the country's development. The zoo is still trying to agree on government funding, and while waiting for more state support, it is running on money raised by entrance fees, the most expensive of which is about €3 per adult.
Now, it's been a tough, exhilarating, uplifting, disappointing, frustrating, satisfying year of trying to tell just a fraction of the stories from across the continent. And as we enter into New Year, I would like to thank all of you, the viewers who've stuck with me, and all of the team to help us get all the stories out there and get the word out about the show. And at the heart of it all, aside from the African experts, analysts, communities and allies who've shared their perspective with us, are the correspondents on the ground, without whom we'd just be guessing. So as I personally wish you all a wonderful 2025 and sign out for the year of 2024, now I'm going to hand you over to our team on the ground for a few words from them.
It's been amazing reporting from Lagos, Nigeria, from the Lagos Fashion Week to the changes of inflation and prices in the market. I am hoping to bring you wonderful stories come 2025. And here am I, Chinua Sondu, wishing you a wonderful, a prosperous 2025.
It's been a momentous year for the Democratic Republic of Congo. This is Emmett Livingstone wishing you very many happy returns for 2025.
It's Tom Kennedy here in Cape Town. It's been an absolute pleasure reporting on Southern Africa here during the last year and wanting to wish everyone a safe and happy new year.
Hello, I'm Lilia Blaise, correspondent for France 24 in Tunisia. It has been a very busy year for us. We followed the political changes of the country. We went to the eastern part of Libya to follow the reconstruction, and then back in Tunis for a presidential election. Hamdit Lili, my colleague who is behind the camera, and myself, we wish you a very happy new year.
Hello, it's Justice from Accra, Ghana, wishing you all a happy new year. It's been an exciting year reporting on all the interesting issues from Ghana, particularly from the country's recovery from its ailing economy to a year that ended with a very crucial election. Looking forward into 2025, reporting on some of the issues that matters to people in Ghana and in the rest of the world.
Samuel Lukoya here. This is to wish you a very happy new year from Eye on Africa. See you in the new year.
Hello everyone, I'm Clément, Eye on Africa's correspondent based in Rwanda, and I wish you all a very happy new year.
Hello, this is Sharon Mazinga, so here in Zimbabwe, wishing you a happy new year from Eye on Africa.
Hello, I'm Bastien Renaud, East Africa correspondent for France 24. 2024 brought us from Kenya to Zanzibar, to South Sudan, to the Red Sea. In 2025, keep watching France 24 to understand this region. I wish you all a happy new year.
Harold Gerald here in Chad. Happy New Year from France 24's Eye on Africa.